Yeah, I know you had a band called the AllStars band. Uh, can you tell me something about the story behind that?
Yeah, yeah, a long time ago. I think it started. I used to drink at a pub called the Plough in Downside near Cobham. And one day I met a bloke in there. His name was Pete Martin, and we had a few drinks and we got talking about stuff. And he said he was a sax player. And I said, "Oh, I'm a guitar player." And he said, "Yeah, I thought you were the guy I'd heard about."
Oh, you heard about it, yeah.
Yeah. So he said, "I've got a band and we're trying to get some gigs here." The band was called Man Overboard. And so he said, "We keep asking and they won't say yes or no." So I said, "Well, maybe I can help you with that," as I was quite well known in that pub. So I called Fat Boy over. That's the landlord, John. Called him over and said to him, "Fat Boy, can you give these boys a gig? They got a nice little soul rhythm and blues band and it'd be nice to have them in here one night." So he said, "Yeah, okay, Dave, you get it organised and we'll sort out some money."
Yeah.
So I'd really stuck my neck out there because I didn't know anything about the band, never seen them.
Mm.
But I thought it's got to be...
It was risky?
No.
No?
I mean, if it was rubbish, it was rubbish, you know. But it was a nice band. Yep, and they came with a big horn section. They came with a 5-piece horn section, drums, bass, and a vocalist played guitar. So, of course, I went to see them on the night.
Yeah.
They were pretty good, and they said, I took a guitar in the car just in case, and they said, "Do you want to sit in for a couple of numbers?" So I said, "Yeah." I can't remember what I played, but it was probably some old rock and roll bluesy thing. And everyone just fitted in sweet. So yeah, and then they said, "Oh, Dave, would you like to come and play with us?" And I said, "Well, no, not really, because you've got your singer and your guitarist, and he's a good singer, better than me."
Mm.
And he said, "Yeah, but you don't groove too much." But he did. But in his own way, he was very 60s, very precise guy. A bit the opposite of me, you know. I'm a bit relaxed. So anyway, I saw Pete in there a couple more times, and he said, "Do you think we could get a repeat gig?" And I said, "Yeah." So he said, "Okay." We fixed a night, and Fat Boy said it's okay, and we did it again. And then a couple of weeks after that, I was speaking to another guy, James Wilman. He was in the pub, and we were speaking about. He had a band. Oh, I can't remember what it was called. It was quite a heavy rock band.
Mm.
He was doing it, but they were well rehearsed and nice guys. But because they were a bit on the outside of playing pubs around that area, you know, that area wanted quite well-known songs, and they were a bit progressive and loud for that situation.
Yeah.
They needed bigger pubs towards London a bit more. I can't think of their name. It'll come to me in a minute. And so James was talking about the band, and I said, "Well, you fancy singing in a blues band? I'm thinking of putting a big blues band together." And I was thinking of the horn section from the Man Overboard gigs, and I had a quiet word with a couple of them, and they said they were up for it. It's always a bit of a strange situation
Yeah.
when you're talking to people who've got something together, And I said, you have to speak to Ivan, your singer, and make sure he's happy with it, because it's shit if like someone walks off with your band and you're not included. But they said, well, we don't have many gigs and we'd like some more, and if you're very well known in the area and you probably could get us some more stuff, we want to play. So I said, well, let's just have a couple of rehearsals and see if we can kick it around and see what happens.
Yeah.
So the first lineup, I managed to book a cricket club hall for rehearsals, like one night a week. I took it for something like 6 weeks or something. And in Hersham, that's where Sham 69 comes from, Hersham, the Hersham Boys, their famous song. Anyway, we turned up and we had to work out some songs, and we took a little bit of their set that James sort of knew, because I mean they were soul classics, you know, Midnight Hour, Dock of the Bay, that type of thing, and we worked on that for a bit, and it seemed to hang together okay. The lineup was Dave Davidson on drums, Bill Knight on bass, Alex Herman on trombone, Rhys Thomas on tenor sax, Roy Adams on tenor sax, Paul Bonner on trumpet, Pete Martin on alto sax, me on guitar, and I got my old friend Dave Sumner to come along and blow some harmonica with us, and he sang a couple of songs. We used to do Shady Little Baby and stuff like that with him. Yeah, and that's how the AllStars started. We had our first gig at Oxshott Village Hall, and because we were locally connected, we managed to pack it out 300 tickets, and we made a bit of money, so that was the start of that.